Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 3v3 match on the map Arena Valley Extreme. I'm playing in the bottom left position as the Soviets. Now this spot's quite a good position to be in as it's quite easy to defend early on. What you'll see is there's only one entry point into the base because there's a big lake next to me. And also to the right of me I've got a teammate there, so any player coming from the right would have to go through my teammate first, so it wouldn't be an ideal place to attack from. And immediately what I'm doing is I'm just bringing some of my infantry up because there's a little gap in the cliffs where people can get through, and I'll be able to get there first because I'm closer to that position than the teams at the top of the map. There is, however, a disadvantage to my position in this game, and that's expansion. I've got the ore patch above me. You've also got an ore patch to the right, but you have to be careful because usually the team to the right of you will use that ore patch. And that means you're quite limited if the game goes on for a long time. And what I'll need to do is just build an MCV at some point so I can expand towards that middle part, because it's really hard to expand from the position that I'm in. Right, you can see I'm just sending some infantry up the left there. I'm sending them as a group so I can kill any troops that are just like standing there. Because he won't be, obviously, hopefully won't be defending a big group. But I'm going up quite far now. I'm not coming across anything, so I'm starting to think there's something a little bit wrong here. Because I would have thought I'd come across some base by this point. And I'm just going to go to the right, and we should see, yes, there's an ore patch there, so someone's moved the base, of course, because usually they would start in that position. I'm just leaving them there for... Oh, I lost a little bit there. There was some troops standing, which I didn't see. I should have just really stopped them moving when I went looking elsewhere. Right, so we've got our two, our two war factories producing now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start... Wow, that's a big force there. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm building a large power plant. And when you build a large power plant, and if you see this in your opponent's base, it often means they're going to build a Tesla coil. Now, I've got some tanks now, which is very good because there was a big, massive infantry mass there. And with big infantry masses, if you've got lots of tanks, they can squash them very easily. So it's good that I've got quite a few tanks out already. And I'm quite surprised that Yellow didn't actually bring those tanks down and attack, because it seems a bit of a waste otherwise just to have them standing there. And what you can see I'm doing at the moment is I'm just building big power plants and putting Tesla coils in my base. And one of the big reasons for doing that is because you can see our opponents have lots of light tanks, and light tanks are very weak against Tesla coils. So I'm going to go for the war factor kill here, just to see if I can get it. I've probably lost a few too many tanks to make it worthwhile now, but I'm going to destroy it and I'm going to pull back. So that, I mean, it costs 2,000 ore to build, and it's just going to reduce his build-up speed of the yellow team. I'm not sure it was maybe not worth it. And what I could see Cyan building, which is really significant, is he was building a service depot. And what that tells me is that Cyan may be going for multiple MCVs, so we're going to have to keep an eye on him. He's also the Soviets, so they can get quite annoying, Soviets, if they've got multiple MCVs, because they can just start spamming Tesla coils very, very quickly, and then they become very, very hard to beat. So we just need to kind of keep an eye on that. And what you can see is now I've got 3 Tesla coils guarding my base. So as long as I've got some tanks in my base, it's going to make it very hard for the opponents to attack. And especially with light tanks, the Tesla coils can just tear through them. I think they take one shot to destroy. So yeah, if you want to attack a Soviet space with Tesla coils, what you need to be building is medium tanks, but they haven't attacked yet, so it all's looking good so far. I'm just going to build my radar dome so I can see what's going on in different parts of the map, and we can see that pink has expanded quite a bit into the middle of the map, and we can see red is currently having a fight with them, so we'll leave them to it at the moment because my hands are full with these two teams, yellow and cyan. And you can see blue's now got some troops up, or some tanks, to start fighting as well. Construction complete. And you can see now I'm building that service depot because, as I mentioned earlier, that service depot is really important so I can build some MCVs. And because blue's getting in a fight a bit, I'm going to use this opportunity just to give myself a little bit of a break and a little bit of a chance to build those 2 MCVs. You can see red's done a lot of damage to pink's base, and you can see blue's doing some damage to yellow's base. So this is the ideal opportunity where I just have a bit of freedom and I can build those MCVs which have already been built. I'm just destroying yellow's radar dome, and that's going to be quite important because I want to move my MCV up to this like ore patch here, and it's going to make it harder for yellow to realise what I'm doing compared to if you had the radar dome, because it'd be in that like little screen on the right, as you can see what's happening there from my screen. And we can see that cyan is going to red space, which could be bad, so we're going to have to just keep on putting a bit of pressure. I'm a little bit too far away, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually attack pink, because pink has lost his construction yard, and I think he's only got 1 ore refinery left, and if I could destroy this ore refinery, it's pretty much game over for him. And we've managed to do that, and you can see the ore tracks have stopped moving, which means it was the only ore refinery that pink had. And now I'm getting up this second second construction yard, and this is going to help me greatly because I'm going to be able to build more ore refineries and use those extra ore patches towards the middle. And it does look like it's going possibly okay for us at the moment. We can see that red has taken a bit of a hammering, but as I say, pink is mostly out. But we can see cyan has got quite a formidable force there of heavy tanks, and we're going to need to make sure we just keep on producing and keep on sending tanks to that middle position, because we're going to need to defend this. And you can see I've just got, as I build up my ore refineries in the middle, my economy is going to get much, much better. And I'm just going to build another Tesla coil there for good measure. And you can see the yellow coming, and they've got more tanks than us, so they outnumber us at the moment. However, our tanks are heavy tanks, so they are a little bit more effective than yellow's tanks. And I've also got a Tesla coil there in order to help me. And you can see I'm just building power plants and Tesla coils at the moment, just in case of an attack. And the fight starts, and what we're doing is just targeting down those things. We're going to try and especially target down some of those light tanks quite quickly, because although light tanks do quite a bit of damage, they have very low HP. And you can see this fight's going quite good for us at the moment, as it looks. And we're managing to push them back. Well, not push them back, they're just standing there at the moment. And now they're going to retreat a little bit. But yeah, we've managed to get a very good trade there. And you can see that he's actually brought a couple of tanks and some troops round the bottom. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to actually need to delete that, well, cancel that Tesla coil. And I'm actually low on power, but I'm going to place one here, so our Tesla coil is going to start working, and it won't take me long to clear up these 2 tanks. And you can see the yellow's coming down, and he's also attacking from the north. Tesla coil, and that was probably a good move by yellow there, because Tesla coils do have very low HP, and I didn't have my tanks in the right position. I should have preferably had them in front of the Tesla coil. And now he's pulling back because he just doesn't have the tank numbers. Although he's regrouping a little bit now, but it's time to maybe push a little bit. And we're going in for the fight here. And if we can really put the pressure on here, we might be able to get some ore truck kills as well. And this is going quite well for us at the moment. We are just doing a lot of damage and getting a really good trade with these heavy tanks that do so much damage. And now we can see we've got 2 Tesla coils in that middle section, which is going to make that base extremely hard to take. And we're going to take out Cyan's ore refinery there, which is going to put a lot of stress on him because his other ore refinery is right to the north. So his ore trucks are going to have to travel much, much further. And you can see that Cyan has lost his construction yard. However, he does have a service depot, so he can build more MCVs if needed. And you can see we're going for that extra ore refinery. And that is down. So that is a big win for us at the moment. And we're just going to go for some extra buildings there. You can see my forces being whittled down quite a bit at this point. And what we can see is that blue is building up his heavy tanks at that middle point there. And we'll just bring our things back down. You can see Yellow's building back up. He's got quite a few ore refineries. And we'll just take out an ore truck there. And we'll need to pull back at this point because our tank numbers are falling. But you can see Blue is going up now, and he's got a big force. So I can't see how this is going to be stopped. As long as Blue goes on the attack now, I think it's just going to be he's just going to bulldoze those two opponents because they don't have much left. We've been fighting constantly, and yeah, they're just not going to be able to defend. So I think this is going to be pretty much good game. Yeah, you can just see it. Now, it's quite a strange thing that Yellow did at the start because Yellow decided to move to the right. I mean, it did make it easier from a defensive point of view, being that close to Cyan. And I guess they did have ore patches either side, so they still got to use starting ore patches. But what it does do is it does delay your MCV deployment, and it obviously it delays all the buildings built after that. So, yeah. I don't know what would have been best, if it was best from the defensive standpoint, or whether he would have been just better off deploying it from where he started. But anyways, it looks like this game is done and dusted. And we can see that extra construction yard there. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.